जब पूछा गया कि क्या भारत वास्तव में प्रजनन संकट का सामना कर रहा है और SOWP 2025 रिपोर्ट में भारत में प्रजनन विकल्पों को लेकर क्या प्रमुख निष्कर्ष है, तो UNFPA इंडिया की प्रतिनिधि और भूटान के लिए कंट्री डायरेक्टर एंड्रिया एम भोजनार ने कहा, जैसा कि मैंने पहले भी कहा था, ये कहानी बहुत ज्यादा या बहुत कम जन्मों की नहीं है, यह अधूरी प्रजनन इच्छाओं की है। यह इच्छा की कमी की बात नहीं है, बल्कि विकल्प की कमी की बात है। पिछले 50 वर्षों में भारत में प्रजनन दर 5 बच्चे प्रति महिला से घटकर लगभग 2 ही हो गई। भले ही प्रजनन दर राज्यों में असमान, लेकिन यह लगभग 2 के आसपास बनी हुई है। जनसंख्या अगले लगभग 35 वर्षों में अपने चरम पर पहुंचेगी और फिर धीरे धीरे स्थिर हो जाएगी। इसलिए यह जनसंख्या संकट नहीं है, बल्कि अधूरी प्रजनन आकांक्षाओं का संकट है।
Not in the way we think, and that's what's so interesting. The story isn't about too many or too few births, as I said before. It's about missed reproductive intentions. It's not about lack of desire. It's about lack of choice. India's fertility has declined over the past 50 years from 5 children per woman to about 2. And its fertility rate may be uneven across states, but it's more or less hovering around 2. And the population will peak in another 35 years or so, and it will gradually stabilize. So this is not a crisis. This is a sign of demographic maturity. And that's why this report is so interesting, because now that we're starting to get concerned about even aging and declining fertility the world over and in India, the report is here to show that it's not a time for panic. It's really about looking at what are the drivers behind the declining fertility and how to make the best use of the demographics of the country. So the report has undertook a survey of 14 countries, 14,000 people. The 14 countries represent about 37% of the world's population, so a very diverse range of countries. And here's what the survey found, and this is what was so interesting for India. For the majority of respondents, women 41% and men 33%, the ideal number of children was 2. And this very much reflects what comes out in NFHS 5, which says that couples want about 1.8 children, a little lower in more educated milieu. So that was very similar, and that in a way is reassuring. But what it does also show is that 36% of the respondents said that they had unintended pregnancies in India. And then 30% said that they had unmet need for or desire for children. So, okay, that reflects what we saw in other countries. But what was most interesting in India was that 23% faced both issues in their lifetimes. And so this was very different than most of the other countries we saw. And really, that indicates a persistent gap in availability of sexual and reproductive health access and services and facilities, as well as very strong social norms around these issues.